Good day everyone and welcome back to LKNPlays Minecraft. So guys, today we have a very different type of episode actually. Uh, but it's gonna start off just like any other episode. I'm going to show you my current progress in the game. Yeah, so I don't have anything in my inventory right now. So let me just tell you kind of what I had planned. So I was actually going to my anvil to fix my armor, and what I realized is that I can't really enchant anything right now, and I think that's going to be something I want to do sometime soon, because right now I don't have any I can't make do any type of enchanting on my tools. The only enchanting I have is on these armor that I gathered from zombies and other mobs when I killed them. So and this kind of ties into what I'm going to show you next, which is the zombie mob spawner that I found in the last episode, because I actually did manage to get it finished in, and it actually turned out to be a pretty decent XP farm as well. So I have been able to gain XP. The only problem is I can't use it right now without I can't use it without a enchanting table, as well as bookshelves, for all of which I need books, and you can't make books without sugar cane, or those reed those green things. So I need to find somewhere on my land. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I plan on just doing some exploration and finding some of that. But before that, let's go down and check out the zombie XP farm that I made. Alright guys, so we are down here. So right off the bat you could see a big difference. I did change this tiny staircase that I had here and made it bigger. But besides that, as you can see, I cleared this out. This used to be a little tunnel that went like this and went that way, which I completely changed. It took some tons of mining and a lot of time. I actually spent about 4 days on this, just because I've been doing some other stuff along with it, but it just took me about that long to do. And basically, let me show you what's going on right now. So there is the mob spawner in here. Let me just show you. I hope you can see that. It's right there. That's basically the spawner that we found last episode, that I lit up in that room. So what I did was I made that room a little bit bigger. I got rid of the floor and added water, as you can see here. So when mobs come and spawn, as you just saw, when a zombie spawn, they come and they get dropped in this row right here, kind of like my garden. And when they come and fall into this, they all get pushed to the middle. Alright, so far I hope you're kind of staying with me on this. So that basically they spawn and then they fall in and then they get pushed to the middle. Once they come to the middle, they come over here, which is actually what was that? Anyway, so this is actually a water elevator for zombies. It's a mob elevator, not really water elevator. So what a mob elevator is it just helps you get mobs to go up. The reason being, I am currently at height level 16, and in height level 16 there's not really much down I can go, so I can't do any fall damage to the mobs, and I find that the fall damage ones are the best in case of zombies. So what I did was, instead I made the zombies go up and then come around and fall back down in order to get their either kill them and get their items, or to make them get all but a little bit of damage and then use and then get experience. So to do this, I basically just created this pattern of I made it 2 by 2, so four blocks on each side. Basically, the reason for that is because I found that mobs get stuck if it's two, especially little baby zombies, and then when they get stuck, it clogs up everything in the back. So I made it 4 wide, and so far I haven't had any clogs, so I think it's working. So what I did was on both sides, so this side and this side, I put just signs, one here and then one on the opposite side, and then one here, one on the opposite, all the way up. And same on this side, but on the basically opposite of this. So let's say the sign is on this side, on this side, on this, then here there wouldn't be a sign on this, it'll be on the other side, and so on. It's quite simple. If anybody wants, I'll do a tutorial on this later. And on the empty area, so wherever there isn't a sign or right in front of a sign, as you can see, I placed water blocks, or in this case water buckets, I guess. It took a long time doing this, going up and down and so on, but eventually I placed water all the way up. And after the water, like, see, as you can see, so these water blocks are kind of just hovering in space because of the signs. And what happens is when the mob comes, their AI makes them want to swim up because they feel like they're drowning, so they swim up. So basically it's not really an elevator in the sense that it makes them go, it brings them up, it makes them want to swim up, and that's what makes them go up. So that's what that is for. And then the signs are there because if the signs weren't there and there was just a complete stream of water, mobs will still go up. The only problem is they would then start to drown before they make it all the way to the top. So that's why the signs are there, to give these little air bubbles every other block so mobs don't drown. In addition, in the bottom right here, I put a trap door with like an opening on the side where the sign is, and a little block of lava, so that if there's any baby mobs that get stuck, they automatically go through here because they see it as an opening, so they automatically go through here to try to get to me, but they fall in the lava and die. So pretty simple. And then it basically goes up, I believe 25, if not 35, I don't remember the number now. I think it's 25 blocks, or just a bit more than that actually. And then it basically, the stream pushes mobs this way, and then they fall down through this shaft to this level. And this level that you see right here, this height, in most cases from my testing, is basically this is the height where mobs will die on instantly on falling, as you just saw. See, these mobs are falling and they're dying, which is great if you want to get basically, by the way, this is not experience, it's just some glitch that I'm seeing sometimes. I'm not actually getting this experience anyway. So when they die, they like die instantly, and what happens is I get their items. So for example, in most cases I get rotten flesh, which I have a ton of now, but also on the rare case when the mob has either like swords or armor, I get that. So that's for that reason. Now, me being the person that likes playing with redstone a bit, I wanted to go like change it a bit, because this height right here is 25 blocks. Please don't quote me on this. I'll probably I'll put an annotation on the screen right now on the right number of blocks it actually is. So basically this is that number of blocks, and then here is just a little less than the height that they would die at. So the just a little less than their maximum fall damage they could take before dying. So the reason I have it like that is because if I flip this lever right here, all of a sudden two pistons from the side, so these two blocks here and these two blocks here, push forward, raising the platform just by one. I also have pistons down here pushing these two blocks up to make it look like a staircase. And you saw this top visor, it goes up. So see that visor, it protects me from the zombies, so the zombies can't come and get me. But since when this gets raised and this gets raised, I won't be able to access the zombies. The visor also raises as well. So let me just show you that again, just one more time. This is the standard instant death mode, and this is the XP mode. So in the XP mode, what happens is when a zombie comes and falls here, they take almost all damage except for maybe half a heart. Basically, it's just one block less than their complete death height. So what that means is I can then wait till a lot of zombies come. The main thing I have to do is I made this little spot here where I could just stand for a while. I could probably just stand and go get like a coffee or something, come back, and zombies will spawn and they will go up the water ladder. The reason being, this mobs don't spawn in mob spawners if you're not within a certain distance of it. That's why when I was over there telling you guys everything, there wasn't that many mobs coming. But if I'm actually standing here, I found that this creates a lot more mobs. Although it'll probably work even better if I'm inside, so I might make a modification so I could get much closer. But so far this is good, and as you can see, it does spawn mobs with actual armor as well, so that's how I can get their armor. And so while I'm here, these mobs get pushed up and up, and then they get taken up the thing, and then they fall down, and as you can see, none of them are dying now. Instead, they're doing well, but they've taken a lot of damage. So what this allows me to do is I could simply hit them and kill them with just one hit, and that way I get the experience as you just saw. So so in this method helps me get a lot more experience, and we'll check this out a bit more later, but I don't want to take this video is dragging on a bit too long now again. So here's the one that we saw with the armor. So as you can see, I could just kill him and I get their experience, and on some rare cases I get whatever they have to offer, so like golden armor or whatever armor they have. That's why I have enchanted armor. Anyway, so I'm gonna go back because we're gonna come back and we're gonna take care of this later. I do have so many hopes for this, and plus I still didn't get a chance to go around and do any of the exploration of the rest of this tunnel, besides just lighting it up, because I was so preoccupied with this. And it did take me a bit of time just because I didn't have the materials needed. It normally doesn't take me this long, but I actually had to go around, find slime so I could make the sticky pistons. I had to find more redstone, and a bunch of other stuff. It took like a long time to add that water because I was just using like 7 buckets or something and infinite pool of water, and yeah, it just took a long amount of time. And yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna come back to this. We're gonna do this later, and I'll show you how good actually does get if I just leave it there for a while. So I'm just gonna go back out. So my for the rest of the episode, my plan is to look for sugar cane. I don't know the official Minecraft name. I think it is sugar cane, although we use it to make paper, so I don't know how that ended up happening in the Minecraft game, but I'm not gonna question. I don't really care. But yeah, see, as you can see, these are all the rotten flesh I got so far. I just been gathering it, and there's a lot more in downstairs chests as well. So yeah, this has been a pretty practical spawner. I have tried the other one too, but I haven't had as much luck with that one as with this. So I've been spending a lot of time here. Anyway, so I think this should be enough stuff. I don't want to take too much stuff with me in case I die. So I think that's good. I'm gonna go out and try to find some sugar cane. Hopefully it won't take too long, but I haven't seen any so far in this game, so I know I'm not gonna find it right off. Let me just see what time it is. I don't see the sun. I don't know if it's rising or setting. I'm gonna hope it's rising. Oh, wow, it's actually right there. How did I not see that? Wow, weird. Okay. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's rising, so it's okay. I'm good. So sugarcane spawns near water. Oh wow! First, how, I don't even know how I didn't see that. So yeah, as I was saying, sugarcane spawns near water, like you just saw, and basically just right beside water, and but it spawns very randomly, and it's quite rare. As you can see, there's no other sugarcane in sight. Normally, when I'm looking for sugarcane, what I do is I just follow the coastline and hope for the best kind of thing. And I usually do find something eventually. I want to try to get at least like 10 maybe. Although it's pretty simple. I could literally just start with one and eventually multiply, because over time they keep adding and adding and adding and so on. But I don't want to waste too much time farming, so I want to find some sugarcane quickly so that I could start off with a big farm. So far, not much. Oh, another rift is right here. Yep, there's a lot of resources. I haven't seen this one before, so that's probably going to be one that I'm going to be looking into soon. A lot of tall grass as well. Cows, sheep. Oh wow, my first pumpkin too. That is awesome. So, I forgot how to harvest pumpkins. Yeah, I think you just hit it, right? I'm pretty sure you just hit it. Yeah, okay. So yeah, first pumpkin. Oh, another sugar cane right there. This one is too tall. Mostly they'll be around 3. I've heard there's some taller ones too, but I haven't seen any yet. These are the sunflowers. I'm thinking they were supposed to face the sun, but the sun's right above them, so I don't know. Sugar cane. I would normally do this off camera, but since it's a big part, oh, there's some. All right, I think these should make my quota very well. What is that? 13. All right, that's good. 14. Okay. So that's more than enough to start my sugarcane farm. So I'm gonna get started on it now, I guess, because I actually expected it to take much longer than this. So I actually planned on having the rest of the episode just looking for sugarcane and exploring a bit. So I'll quickly start off the farm and kind of show you what I wanted to do. So basically, sugarcane is a very weird thing. It's kind of like cactus in the game, at least, where it requires water right beside it in order to grow, and making that this There's a lot of things you start facing when it has that much of a requirement. Sorry, let me just find the bucket. I did have a bunch, so I don't know where. Okay, I only have 2. I'll have to make that work for now. So yeah, this sugarcane farm, I'm gonna eventually transfer it underground like I usually do with all my farms. But for now, I'm gonna just show you my plan. Yeah, I don't like moving water that much unless it's like a waterfall. It's a bit of my OCD. Anyway, so for now, I'm gonna make a sugarcane farm. Actually, I'll make it here where my tree farm is. Yeah. So for now, it's gonna be small. I'm gonna move it underground eventually, but yeah. You could just plant them in the coastline too, by the way. It's just I don't like to. By the way, a quick tip for clearing grass is just place a water block, and it'll do a great job of clearing it. As long as you could place it in a place that'll cause it to spread out towards the direction that you want it to go, because water has a way of finding the shortest route down. Anyway, that's good enough. So the best way to make a sugarcane farm or farm sugarcane is to do a checker pattern, because it allows for the most efficiency while using the least amount of resources and space as well. So let me just create an infinite water pool quickly. I have a bunch of these everywhere. Alright, so basically I'm going to do that, but a bit more. So I'll try to make this into a perfect square. Keeping in mind that I only have 14 sugarcane right now, so I don't need that many spots. Gosh, wasting a pickaxe. Alright, that was quite simple. Now I'm gonna fill them up. Although I think it would be much easier if I just made a big hole and then filled it up with sand, or I mean dirt later on. It's getting dark too. I'll probably go and sleep. I don't want to deal with mobs right now. But let me try to get this done quickly. 2 more buckets of water and we're done. So this is one of the most efficient designs for sugarcane, because it gives sugarcane water on all sides, and it lets you plant expand in any direction without any problems. So that's all the sugarcane I have, and I planted them all here. And basically I just need to come back at a later time, and hopefully we'll see some growth. And basically once they do grow, I just harvest them by punching them in the middle, so that the middle one and any stacks above will fall, and you go pick it up, and the bottom stack doesn't fall off, so it just stays there and grows again. So sugarcane is one of the easiest materials to farm, because you don't have to worry about replanting it after you take it. So I'm just gonna sleep, and then let's see if alright, so I keep forgetting to eat. I think we need to kill some time before the sugarcane grows. So my plan is to show you guys the efficiency of the mob spawner, the zombie spawner that I have. And I could do that because I could just leave my recording continuing and just fast forward to the end and show you guys how much mobs I found. So first thing I'm going to do is set this to XP mode. Alright, and now I just sit here and watch mobs spawn. So there it is, front row seat, and I'll come back and in about half an hour and we'll check back in. Alright guys, welcome back. So I've been basically standing here without doing anything for about 30 minutes. Obviously I wasn't sitting here watching, but my player has been standing here for about 30 minutes now. And so let's see what we have. Alright, we have a pretty decent amount of mobs trapped in this area. Some of them are glitching through, but they shouldn't be able to hit me though, I don't think. Yeah. So and they've all taken all but one fall damage, so they should all die with one hit. So let me try to kill them off a bit. And keep in mind my experience was at 2 when I started. Now I am, let's see how much experience I could get in a half an hour's worth of just not playing the game, just sitting there. Alright, it seems like I went through all of them. I'm going to switch back to normal instant kill mode. So I got 25 experience from killing all those mobs, which is pretty decent for my current setup and in this stage of the game. So I think it's pretty efficient, and I like the way it is right now. So I'll definitely be using that as my current main source of experience, as well as some little cool pickups from mobs as well. But I haven't given up hopes on my other mob trap. I'm still trying to figure out what the current techniques are for doing a mob trap, since a lot of the things has changed since I last created a mob spawner. So I want to make sure I'm not doing anything bad. Anyway, oh yeah, by the way, you may have seen that text saying local game was host. The reason I have that is because I found that if you press escape on Minecraft, it pauses the game, which would be really annoying if I wanted to leave the game running in the background, but I wanted to do something else on my computer. So what I found was that if you start a local open to LAN, which is basically starting a server on your computer, or like a server version of the game on your computer, it'll basically allow you to create a server instance in your game, which means even if you press escape, the game is actually running in the background. Let me see if I could show you. So see, I'm paused now, and you can see those flames are still going, and hopefully he continues to move. Alright, see, so he's still moving even though my game is on escape, which means I could be doing stuff while not actually on the MC. So we're back here, and so far we got a little bit more growth, so I can pick those up and replant. By the way, from those 30 minutes, I got almost 2 stacks of rotten flesh, a carrot, and a few more armor, which is pretty decent, especially since I don't have any. I don't really make my own armor now, so I'm gonna just plant these in these empty blocks. By the way, you could still plant on the outside as well. Basically, on any side of these water blocks, you could plant this, and this would be the most efficient method. And so I'm just gonna let this run, and I'm gonna end this video pretty much now. And I'll try to expand on this a little bit more later, and I'll wait until the next episode to create my I'll probably make some books, by the way, which is not that difficult, but in the next episode we'll make the enchanting table and maybe some bookshelves, if that's the case. So guys, I think that's all for this episode. It's been running a bit long now. As usual, please remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and check out our other videos, and please share with your friends. Until next time guys, peace.